Wagwan. Yeah. What up, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy C for 3. You already know. Basketball and astrology and motion. Because that's what I do. I do this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm back with the 2026 Cancer season recap. You know, just tapping in with everybody real quick, you know. Today's July 22nd. You know, the sun is 29 degrees Cancer, you know. Welcome, you know, hope you guys been doing good. A lot of ups and downs, you know, the emotions have been all over the place. Cancer is a cardinal season, so things are moving, things are grooving. You know, Leo season is a time to get set in that routine. But before we get there, you know, Cancer season moves us there. You know, it makes all the ideas that we had in Gemini season. We eliminate some of them during Cancer season. We feel those. We make emotional decisions, right? Some are more emotional than others, hence water signs, you know, so feeling your way through life, through obstacles, whatever it may be. So that's what Cancer season has brought us for the last 30-something, 28, 29 odd days or so. The Cancer sun is right at 29 degrees, so this is either that breaking point right now. This is called the anaretic degree. All my people who get deep astrology work, they might know about this, but right towards the end of every season, 29 degrees, things can happen. It could be a real explosive day. Things could come to an end. Important decisions have to be made. So this July 22nd is a real important day, and I'm pretty sure LeBron's about to make his decision in probably 2 more days on my birthday, but that's neither here or there, you know. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. Let's just hop right into it. So welcome to Cancer. Well, welcome to Cancer season, the end of Cancer season, the recap. You know, very emotional, lots of ups and downs, like I was saying. One of the first emotional things that happened this Cancer season was, you know, Cancer season also deals with, I'm a type of astrologer that breaks it down. Cancer, all water signs deal with past energies, blasts from the past, things that happened before, but you're trying to get through it. You know, Cancer really brings that up, the deep waters, you know, the nostalgia of the season. You know, sometimes it could be laughter, sometimes it could be childhood trauma. It's more on the shallow side. It gets deeper as we get into Scorpio and Pisces. But as far as Cancer, we can start to feel some trauma, whatever, especially dealing with family, bubble to the surface, you know. So one of the stories that kind of brought that up to people's attention was this guy, Nolan Wells, who died on the 4th of July. Black guy, went out there to like a little trip or vacation with his white friends, quote unquote, and he came back up missing. You know, a lot of people said, you know, foul play, racist things at hand. Me, myself, believing that could have been a sacrifice for the 4th of July. Who knows? A lot of people are into a lot of nefarious activities. So things like this can happen. You just have to have the Holy Spirit with you. Stay prayed up, especially know the seasons, know astrology. This is why I teach that. You know what's going on in this matrix of a world that we're living. You know, you got to play to win, play to survive. So that story was a down moment, especially for black people in the world, bringing up old past historical reasons of, you know, black people were still slaves during the 4th of July. You know, all these mental, emotional games that I think that America, the land, likes to play. The spirit of America plays. If you don't know, it plays the same game. It's a deep mental, emotional game. You know, I can go deeper on that subject, but that's not the point in this video. That's just showing you the energies of the ups and downs of Cancers, right? And, you know, shedding tears, you know, that was out in Mississippi. I'm from Louisiana, so I know how the energies are there, a little deeper, you know, when it comes to racial attitudes, racial tensions. So that was a real down moment in Cancer season, making people realize that we still live in this country for 250 years where people of my skin color weren't treated fairly. Things happen, things still happen. So you definitely want to keep your head on a swivel, you know. Also with that happening, you know, on the more of a downside too, Cancer is also, we talk about family, think about the generations, the grandparents, the grandfathers, the great uncles, grands, you know, people of the past, right? So when you think about the 4th of July, you're thinking about a war from 1776, our forefathers, the founding fathers. So Cancer season always gives us that time to sit and reflect, you know what I'm saying? That is the reason, like I said, for water signs. You know, you hop in that water, you know, you reflect, you see your reflection, you reflect on things, you know, a summation wordplay on words right there again. So I can break this down in actors, you know, and if you're a person who had like somebody in your family die, rest in peace, God bless the dead, you know, because a lot of the older generation, it's just that time based on astrology, star map, math, things like that. Only God knows. I only know a little bit of it. I'm a human, but it's just that time that the older generation passes. Cancer is direct opposite Capricorn. Also, all my Capricorn people might have been emotional for Cancer season. So if you're a Capricorn or somebody who don't know what I'm talking about, these topics, these words, these phrases are losing you a little bit, tap in and get some personal astrology work for me. Add me on Instagram. Check out my YouTube for the details. But yeah, when it comes to the actors who died in the industry this July, this Cancer season, that brings us into nostalgia, thinking about old movies that we haven't seen in a while, thinking about old actors we haven't seen in a while who were probably at the height of their career, not at the back end of their career. You know, Cancer keeps us all humble and know that time is a cycle, life is a cycle. Everything goes in that movement. Just like stars move, we move like that. That's why my channel is basketball and astrology in motion, right? So one of the older actors who died, Sam Neill, you know, the guy from Jurassic Park. He played the Doctor, one of the main characters in Jurassic Park from 1993. So him dying at the age of 78, R.I.P. Mr. Sam Neill. That was a big death, you know what I'm saying? Once again, bringing up that energy that older people do die during the Cancer season. That just happens. I haven't seen Jurassic Park, that first one, in a while. It came out in 93, so I was 1 when that first came out. But it's a real good movie. You know, brings back that energies of, you know, a time when Cancer season, a time you think of nostalgia, past, to dinosaurs, right? So it's funny how these deaths, these movies, all these things are correlated. I'm an astrologer, I'm a spiritual person. The Holy Spirit lets me see these things to the T. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if y'all agree in the comments. But it's kind of funny that, you know, Sam McNeill dies, Jurassic Park, a movie from the 1990s, you know, a movie about the past, you know, clone dinosaurs and bringing back that into that future of 93, something from 2000, I mean, 500 million years ago. Who says, you know, the archaeology of dinosaurs is very predated. So that's Cancer on Cancer on Cancer, mitochondria Cancer season, right? Cancer happens in the cells and the wordplay on that. But, you know, that's a correlation I found. You know, another correlation I found was Brenda Fenneker. You know, she played the homeless lady on Home Alone, right? Another old movie came out in the 90s. So I found that another funny correlation. Cancer, bringing back the past, lineage, things like that, home life, old generation, nostalgia, right? This is what water signs and Cancers do. You know, it's a good thing to reminisce, right? It's a good movie. I remember Home Alone. I watched that movie a lot of times. And then look at the name, Home Alone. Cancer deals with your home life. Cancer people love to sit at home, watch movies, laugh with friends. Cancers are the people who like to be into real estate. Cancers are the people who will probably be actually home alone. This is a very funny summation, joke, Hollywood, riddle, puzzle piece, matrix, glitch in the matrix, whatever conspiracy, correlation, alignment you want to attribute to it. I've been doing this for years on YouTube. This is just like clockwork. This astrology, how we're all living in it, but you have to pay attention to the matrix and the puzzle pieces, right? But Home Alone, Cancer, she's out of here. Brenda Fenneker. It's real funny, especially if you know Cancer astrology. Cancer ruling the 4th house. 4th house is your home life. You know, we all have a life at home. We all have a face we show to the public. We have a face we show to our relationships, and we all have a face we show at home. Like, if you ever have siblings, you know your siblings act crazy at home, but will go to school and be acting all smart. You'd be like, you stupid at home. You know, shout out to my sister. But also another one I found too, another correlation, and Brenda was 81. So once again, proving my point, older generations dying in Cancer season. We see that happening, especially with these summations with Home Alone, Jurassic Park, ending up again with the Cancer season of nostalgia, home life, older generations, things like that. And also with that, MJ Shannon, you know, the mom of Kris Kardashian. You know, a lot of us know the Kardashians, us millennials, Gen X people. We know the Kardashian clan, Kim Kardashian, Khloe, Kourtney, all of them, Kylie, Kendall, all the clan. Ray J, shout out Ray J. But yeah, the grandmother of the grandmother, you know, the mom, the matriarch of the family died, MJ Shannon. She died at 91 this cancer season also. And the big correlation with her is that her family name, her family legacy, lineage, what I talked about, cancer season, right? You talk about home alone. Then if you talk about home, you're building home, you're dealing grandkids, kids, great grands, generations, bloodlines. And that's what happened when she died. So once again, it's funny how these things add up in the matrix based on astrology. These deaths are linked in with cancer season ties, you know. And normal people are linked in. Celebrities are just easier to give the examples to. You know, if I pay attention to a regular person life, my life, anybody's life, this is God, this is life. God is in control of all of this, you know. And it's raining right now as I'm making this video. And I also have a theory that says it always rains during a water moon. The moon is currently in Scorpio as I'm making this video. So, you know, just a few things that's showing a lot of ups and downs of cancer season, right? Few things, very emotional, things starting, things moving, you know, reminding us of past movies, our forefathers, things like that. So if we want to keep going on the up and up on cancer season, we could talk about the World Cup. You know, the world of sports is always moving and grooving before we get started, right? So the World Cup, Spain won the World Cup. You know, I'm not a big soccer fan, but I tapped in with a few games, you know. Spain won the World Cup. And it is funny how Spain won their, not just do this and they're just, you know, known for traveling. I guess all countries are known for traveling and, what do you want to say? Colonizing, conquering, taking over lands. But a lot of lands defend. But I find that if you know deep cancer astrology, zodiac mythology, whatever you want to call it, cancer knowledge, you know about this sign. You know cancer is represented by movement, sales, moving. Cardinal season, like I said earlier in the video, cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, all deal with making moves. And Spain is a country that's known for making moves. So they made a move, won the World Cup. But sports in general is always ups and downs, you know. So Spain winning that, it just adds to the drama of that, and them just, you know, being known for Christopher Columbus, Spain coming over to America and winning the World Cup that was in America. So I found like that was a little funny summation. Spain coming to America to win it all, kind of bringing us back into deep nostalgia, you know. So let me know if y'all watch this video in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about these things I'm bringing in, you know. And I'm not to make this video too long. We're already 13 minutes in. This is the 2026 cancer season recap. All the ups and downs, emotional ups and downs, you know. Last but not least, the NBA player moves, right? Cancer season, switching homes. You know, once again, a lot of these players spent a lot of time in one city. A la shout out to Jaylen Brown, right? Jaylen Brown spent all his time right there playing for Boston Celtics. I'm out here in Boston. Jaylen Brown, one of my favorite players in the NBA. He plays both sides of the ball. Cancer season always also emotional. So it felt like this move for him was any emotional thing based on what he said. Jaylen Brown is a Cancer sign. So, I mean, he's a Scorpio. So him being packed up in cancer season, he probably understood it, got a little emotional. Scorpios are a little tougher, but, you know, it could be a little emotional time for any NBA player moving during cancer season, July, because, I mean, free agency, NBA draft, right? You're picking a new home, NBA trades, NBA deadlines. So I found that funny how in the month of July, we have a lot of home team building. Home building, team is like a home, right? How many players you know? And I'm a coach, I'm a player. That's why the other half of my channel is about basketball. You know, more basketball and astrology related content coming very soon. But if you watch my videos, I always throw a little bit in there. But a lot of players, a lot of people who play basketball, we call the court home, you know. Also, yeah, Keanu, R.I.P. Keanu, he died out there. Another thing just popped in my head, I think about basketball and cancer season. Keanu, basketball player from New York, man, he died at a local tournament in New York. Another weird thing about dying in your hometown, he died in his hometown at a court that he probably looked out as home. So, you know, it's funny how these correlations all dealing with home, cancer season, family vibes, nostalgia vibes, things like this. keep happening, and it just proves my point that players, we look at the court as a secondary home. So Jaylen Brown has to find a new home going to the 76ers based on him kind of talking a little bit of not the highest praise about the season where he just lost 3-1 to the team that beat him 3-1. So, you know, a little ritualistic there, you know, the home, switching of the homes, but that's what we see, you know, NBA players moving. And to finish this video up, I'm going to let y'all know before I make my next video, I do think LeBron is going to be playing in Philadelphia. There's the Kobe connection, the Jaylen Brown connection, you know, switching homes, going to a new home. It's the year of the one. A lot of new things are starting. So I think instead of him going back to a team he went to, Cleveland, Miami, obviously can't go back to the Lakers. But I think LeBron is going to move forward to Philly. You know, a lot of history there. It's a 1 year. That's just my prediction, you know. But NBA players moving. LeBron's looking for a new home, obviously, you know. So once again, that adds to the cancers moving. Like I said, if you don't know, you know, deep Cancer astrology deals with movement. So with that being said, man, I hope y'all like this video. Cancer season recap, a lot of ups and downs. Also, Mercury retrograde is over with tomorrow. I might throw a little YouTube short in about that, but a lot of people are going to start thinking clearly, coming back to clarity. Yeah, it is rainy as hell right now as I'm making this video, showing you the ups and downs of Cancer, right? Random rainstorms. Watch your emotions, right? Me, myself, trying to catch up on bills, trying to stay consistent in the gym, but it's been ups and downs, you know? I've had games where I scored 2 points this Cancer season, games where I scored 20 and 25 points, 30, 32 points, right? So ups and downs, right? Leo season, we're all looking for a little fixation, a little stability. Shout out to the fixed signs. But if you want astrology work after watching this recap video, tap in with your boy Seed. Add me on IG under Seed Hoops. Look in the description for the details. This is the recap, you know. R.I.P. Nolan Wells, R.I.P. Kidu, Sam Neill, Brendan Fisher, MJ Shannon, the Grandma, the Jenners, the Kardashian clan, all the people who died during Cancer season, right? A lot of people lost their lives. Cancer is called Cancer for a reason. So with that being said, y'all vibe high, handle y'all business. I catch y'all in the next YouTube video. This is the 2026 Cancer season recap. Get up with me. I holla at y'all.